Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to talk about Naoya Inoue versus TJ Doheny. And first things first, detail of the tape. Naoya Inoue has a record of 27-0 with 24 knockouts. He is 31 years old. He's about 5'5" and has a 67-inch reach. His last fight was on May 6th of this year against Louis Neri. TJ Doheny, I don't know how to properly pronounce his last name, but bear with me. He has a record of 26-4 with 24 knockouts. He's never been knocked out. He is 37 years old. He's also 5'5" and has a 68-inch reach. His last fight was also on May 6th against a guy called Bril Bayogos. Oh, and he is a southpaw. So what we can tell from looking at the numbers here, well, we see that Inoue is in his prime and Doheny is past it. If we're talking measurements, then we can see that they're pretty even. Doheny does have a slightly longer reach and maybe half an inch taller, but nothing game changing at all. And both have been active fighters. Both last fought on the same date, which was pretty dang recent. So both of them should still be sharp and in shape. Now, I won't speak too much on Inoue just because, guys, we all know who the monster is. He's a top 3 pound for pound fighter in the world right now. The best little man in the game, and honestly, it's not even close. But I guess to summarize, Inoue is an athletic beast who can literally do it all in the boxing ring. He's got dynamite in both hands, great footwork, and can outthink pretty much everybody in the squared circle. Inoue is one of the most complete offensive fighters there is right now. He is a monster. But if I can paint a picture on who TJ Doheny is, right now I would say that he's the guy who was never, the most talented, never the most athletic or skilled, but through his hard work and dedication to the game, he got to the level that he got to. He was once the IBF super bantamweight champion of the world, which is, that is major. That is an amazing achievement. Doheny is he's a savvy veteran. Like I said, not the most gifted, but he's brainy in the ring, guys. He finds a way to land his shots. He likes to operate in the mid to short range distance. I think he has good timing. He's a pretty good counter puncher. I think his feet are good. He doesn't fight like his feet is stuck in the mud. I don't know, he's tricky. Most of the time he's like your regular standard run-of-the-mill boxer, but then he'll do something crafty that'll throw off his opponent. Like he'll be on a back foot for 90% of the round, and then he'll explode forward and catch the unsuspecting opponent. You know what I mean? He's good at catching the rhythm of his opponent, I guess, and then doing something to offset that. Does that make sense? But defensively, again, he has the veteran tricks. He's good at rolling with the punches, good at anticipating punches. He can make his opponent miss by inches, and that's all you really need. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, as long as the opponent's punch doesn't land and as long as it's not effective. That's all that really matters. But when you do catch him, I think he absorbs damage fairly well. He has a pretty good chin. He does mark up pretty easily, but in terms of damage, he can take them. Like I said, he does have 4 L's on the record, but he's never been knocked out before, so that should tell you something. Another thing about Doheny is he is a stubborn motherfucker. He is persistent. He can definitely stick to a game plan. Look at that Sam Goodman fight, for instance. I'm sure part of the game plan was, to tap that body with a straight left all night. And that's exactly what he did. He never gave up on the plan. He kept going to the body as often as he could. And, I like that. I respect that. There were a couple rounds in that fight where I feel that he may have been, instructed to attempt to work on the inside. Because in certain rounds, he kept trying to go inside. You know what I mean? And, it did look a little bit off. I don't think, he's the strongest inside fighter in the world. But you could see that the will and determination that he has to go inside, to follow the game plan, to listen to the coach, and, to work. So I really, really respect that. I like that about Doheny for sure. But if we're talking weapons, I do like his jab, I like his straight left, and I like his left hook, which would be his power hook, his rear hook. Now, will he beat Inoue? I don't think so. If I was to grade Doheny as a fighter, I would give him, a C+ or a B-. I think he's like a gatekeeper type of fighter. It's like you get past him, then you are a certified player in the division. But he's no easy work. He will make you work for that. But I digress. I do think Doheny has a chance. He does have power. And like I said, he is a savvy veteran. He knows how to, land his shots, as infrequent as they may be. He knows which shots work and when to throw them. And if he lands something significant, well, it could be bad for Inoue, guys. Inoue has been dropped in this division. In his last fight, from one punch, he got dropped. And y'all know I'm a huge Naoya Inoue fan, and I had him at #1 pound for pound before Usyk beat Fury. But the truth is the truth. Inoue got dropped by a single punch. And honestly, guys, he's in his 4th division. This is totally normal. It is honestly to be expected. He's, like I said, he's on his 4th weight division, fighting men who are naturally way bigger than him. So at this point, and as long as he keeps fighting and scaling divisions, he is susceptible to getting dropped. And, even stopped by almost anyone. These guys is huge for him. You know what I mean? He's pushing his limit. So that's why Inoue deserves so much respect. So yes, he can win if he manages to time Inoue and places that perfect counter. He can win. He can knock Inoue out. But I don't think the chances are very high. From what I've heard, Inoue is a very prideful man. So, getting dropped by Nere in his last fight, I think that was humiliating for him. I think that was a humbling experience for him, and I feel he's the type to make sure something like that never happens again. So I really think he'll improve massively from his previous fight. And despite Doheny not being the biggest challenge for Inoue, on paper at least, I think Inoue is going to come out fully locked in right from the start. I don't think any part of Inoue will underestimate him, and I think he'll get the job done. So in my opinion, it's only a matter of how he gets the job done. Will it be a knockout? Will it be a decision? Honestly, you guys, I can see Doheny making it a bit of a chess match in the first 2 or 3 rounds. Like I said, he is a veteran. He got the tricks up his sleeve. He can, be hard to read at times, but I think Inoue will have him figured out by the 3rd or 4th round. I think those tricks by Doheny only really works against young pups on the come up, you know what I mean? Those who haven't really faced proper competition. But if we're talking about Inoue, we talking grown lion over here, you know what I mean? We talking king of the jungle. I don't think any of Doheny's tricks will save him. I think Inoue cracks and solves the Doheny equation in 3 or 4 rounds, and he will knock him out in the 5th or 6th round. Some of you guys might bring up the fact that, Doheny is a southpaw, and that might, hinder Inoue. I'd like you guys to know that Inoue's last 2 opponents have been southpaws, and the fight both ended the same way, by Inoue knocking them both out. So I'm not too concerned about that at all, to be honest. I reckon by now Inoue is as comfortable fighting a southpaw as he is an orthodox. Inoue just, he's in his prime. He's much more gifted, way more athletic, and honestly, he's already great. But Inoue is destined for greatness, right? And he knows it. He knows it. He's not gonna stop here. He's not letting himself lose to the TJ Dohenys of the world. This fight is a stay busy fight for him. Let's be honest. He already took out the big boys in the division. Now he's, just getting another training camp under his belt, keeping himself sharp and preparing his body for the next weight division. But that's it for me, guys. What do you think of the fight? Who do you think will win, and how? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.